early. I think the teams are still deciding though. Meanwhile, while the teams decide, guys, we do have a giveaway going on. I think it's 1,000 diamonds giveaway, so everyone has a chance. We're gonna pick 5 winners. So just drop your ID, drop your server, drop the team you're supporting, and you have a chance of winning that giveaway as well. Now, first ban to the side of Team Meow Meow Gang. Not sure what they're going to ban. Maybe it's just going to be normal. They ban the Sicilian. But Sarah, like we are discussing, right? Hopefully, the side of Team Daaku Sena have their draft on point. They didn't have much time between the two games to discuss their strategies, but hopefully, they have a plan.
Exactly, so Jinx. Like this time, they really need to step up the draft a little bit more. It was going fine for them, but they needed some kind of a draft, like the dive in kind of draft to counter that Ixia. You can't just be playing passive against some marksman with that kind of range. And this game, they really need to improvise on that and pick up something which can actually counter Mirio's go late pool. But here, MeowMeow Gang will be looking to ban out on the Sicilian, and Dakusena will be answering that with a Jokshin ban. The high loss ban also kind of justified coming in from the side of MeowMeow Gang coming in right here because Jazz is full of surprises. He might not play high loss often, but he can just surprise you with a pick anytime you really want. As for the
Yeah,
last bands, as for the last bands, we're probably gonna see a Bruno band coming in, or even Joseph's Fanny has to be banned out by the side of Dagusena, or they might be looking to do that. Oh, Jinx did. There we go. And Jinx, what do you think the last bands are going to be?
I mean, yeah, like you're saying, right? I think it's going to be a Bruno, but we saw that Bruno, it all depends on the composition. If your team loses the early to mid game, Bruno is not going to be able to do much, especially if you get just a dive in composition like the Safety Meow Gang chose last time around. I don't think he's a bannable hero. It's just you should be able to counter him. That's the only issue with the Bruno. Now, they do ban out the Hilda, so they're going removing those annoying heroes like the Hylos as well as the Hilda. Now, Takusina on the opposite side. The Zushi is banned out. I'm not sure if they want to give away the Bruno, if they want to counter him. It depends, or maybe they want to. Okay, no, they ban it out.
Exactly. No risk
No,
gameplay coming in by Dakusena once again, and they do ban out on the Bruno. But this leaves MeowMeow Gang with the opportunity to pick up stuff like the Chip, the Gato Kaja, the Carmilla, and even some kind of a mid lane hero like probably the Xavier or the Valentina who works so well in the meta right now. And even the Hayabusa and such picks are open for Joseph to pick up. I think this game is
yeah.
going to be held out in the Delhi server, but oh my god, we did not actually see that coming because Matilda being picked up in any kind of draft right now wins half of the draft for you anyway.
Yeah, I mean, Matilda is good, depends on what they want to pair him with. But like you were saying, right, the chip is open. I still feel like chip is not something anyone can ignore, right? Maybe you can sort of try to counter him with the Carmela or maybe the Louis and match the rotations. But at this point, the Matilda is picked out. So you could go for the chip, but looks like the side of Team DS, they want to wait it out because they know Matilda has already been picked out. They picked up the Gutout as well as Eve, the kill box composition coming in. So this time around, they have the backlane dive. You know, last game, if they just had picked the Gutout, I don't know if it was banned out instead of the glue. I think they would have a much better time with that Vengeance Gutout.
Exactly, and actually Myanmar Gang was smart enough to ban out Gatot Kaja because I think
Okay,
they're
I
well.
didn't remember,
Yeah, yes, they
but
did ban out on the Gato.
yeah. Yeah, but this
And
time though, they have it. Now, Valentina as well as Al is getting picked up here. So that's going to be the combination for the side of Team Yum Gang. We're going to have a Alice jungle with a Matilda just diving onto the Eve. Now, Eve, this game, she needs the position pretty well. Otherwise, she was just going to get immediately melted down by that Alice.
exactly, and like an Alice, a Valentina, and a Matilda, and a Ling against that. Quite the risky move coming in by DS, but since they do have a little bit of a server advantage in this game, they should be looking to ban out, something which can counter the Ling further, probably a Franco or a Kofra towards the roam. But then again, it all depends on what these teams actually want to play. And
Hmm.
here they will have to go in for some kind of a goal laner who can leash that kind of the damage, who can melt down the Alice. Probably a 1-1.
Yeah, I think one was pretty good, but the self team Daaku Sena, they banned out the Nate in here. Now, I'm not sure why they would want to do that because that's just too much magic damage in the self team MeowMeow gang, right? You have the Valentina, you have the Alice as the hyper. Maybe they would not go for, Nathan in the goal lane. That just would be impractical. But the self team MeowMeow gang finally showing respect to the glue. Jazz just played an amazing game on the glue. I think he played it last two games that I saw him playing it, he was really good. It was just that his team did not have the damage to help him out, but they do show the respect and they ban it out instantly. Now the Angela ban coming in here. I'm confused, Sarah. I mean, we know the mid lane as well as the roam has been taken out, but they still ban out the Angela.
Like, hello? DS, what are you up to with that Angela Ben? Like, why? There's a mid lane, there's a Roma. Are they thinking that Angela would go in towards the EXP? I don't know
That,
what their
that's
thought process is.
I
Exactly.
think I
And
think they're thinking it's going to be an Angela gold lane, so they just like, nah, we're not
like,
going to risk it.
yeah, it's a Meow Meow gang, right? Like they can literally pull off anything at this point, I would say. So again, okay, that's a safe kind of just a ban. We're not going to talk about it. As for the picks, though, 1-1 here definitely viable along with a carry, maybe. But then again, it all depends what they actually pick up. But no, the 1-1 gets banned out. What is this caster's curse coming in today? I don't know. But
Yeah,
then again, yep, Dakusena would definitely have to consider their options towards the goal lane. Even a Lunox would do the trick. But yeah, they will really have to think this through.
yeah, Sarah, I'm just going to pretend that the second phase of the draft didn't happen. Like, I'm just going to ignore it completely. I'm just going to assume it's all in my head and I'm just going to wait out for what they want to pick out. Now, Iksha is still open. We know that they played an amazing game last time. If the side team MeowMeow can pick it up, I think it's going to be pretty hard because the Ling is there, but Dark Sena can definitely pick it up, right? They're going for the Yuzong instead, so that's going to be a gutted roam. Now, last pick, I'm expecting maybe Niksha, maybe really, a marksman that can escape Alice as well as the Matilda. Now, on the opposite side, Myanmar gang, they need a EXP, they need a roam. I mean, they need a marksman. So, what do you think we're going to see?
Yep, the goal lane picks being open from both of these teams, and judging that whatever viable choices is open right now is a Claude, a Carry,
A
and a
carry is
Moskov.
open though.
Yep, and Mirio can definitely go in for that Moskov pick right here. Even though that hero has received quite a lot of nerfs, he has the full opportunity to pick it up here against the Ling and the Yuzhong. Like, he can at least outplay the Ling and the Yuzhong, but even Gatot Kacha, kind of a dicey situation. But with that, I think this picking phase is going to be coming to an end for the side of MMG, and Mirio just locks in onto the Claude while Kama Hits will be going in for a Grok. So that's a Grok EXP coming in. Quite a lot of damage going to be seen, but as for the sustain, it is going to be Yuzhong who wins out. And the Harith, as I was about to say, I said it in my head, I didn't say it out loud, but the Harith pick comes in from the side of DS. The draft of DS looking quite complete. There's 4 damage plus sustain kind of heroes, while Meow Meow Gang also has this similar kind of draft and will have to protect that Claude from all of the whatever is going to be going on in the battlefield if they want to win out in the team fights.
Yeah, Sarah, forget the Claude. I think you need to protect the Eve. I feel so bad for her this game. You have a Matilda, you have a Alice, and then like a cherry on top, you have a Claude, right? That Eve is going to have a pretty tough game. It just depends on the positioning, how well her team can support her. Right now, they don't really have anyone who can stop the no Matilda as well as the Alice combination. It's just dive for dive composition, no defense from both sides. But the side of the team Daaku Sena, if they lose this game, they lose everything. Right? They all lead 2-1 for the side of team MeowMeow gang. So Daaku Sena is win or die.
Exactly. It's like, I mean, I do believe that the lower brackets exist for these top 4 teams, but then again, how much can you really do from the lower bracket? And with that, we will be seeing a short technical pause as we are going to be discussing out the draft for these 2 teams. It is definitely not the kind of situation you would like to be in as an Eve. You got the Alice jumping on you with that bloody curse, and then again, there would be a Claude jumping on you along with the Matilda. There's the Circling Eagle, there's the Blazing Duet. That's a little bit too much for a mage like Eve to handle, especially when she is using that real world manipulation. There's going to be no one to protect her, as we saw in the previous games.
Yeah, I mean, I'm not sure what the pauses. Hopefully, it's because of that Angela ban. There was some mistake going on there. But other than that, I think the Eve is going to have the hardest time this game, right? Because as soon as she opens her real world manipulation, she's just going to, everyone's going to dive in onto her, and just going to be no one to support her, especially a Valentina when she's copying that ultimate. Is just a kill box for a kill box. It depends who activates that ultimate first. Now we're going to wait and watch why the um, pause happened. But meanwhile, though, I like the draft of Meow Gang much better. It's just I'm not sure about DS draft.
Exactly. DS's draft right now, it's a bit of like, it's not a set combination among the heroes. It's more of like they picked up on what they are comfortable with. That Ling, he can dive in towards the backline for sure, mark out the Claude, and even probably outplay as long as the Claude isn't too overfed or overfarmed. And then again, from the side of Meow Gang, they have the Alice as well as the Matilda. Especially once she picks up that glowing wand as and the flask of Oasis, the Alice is going to be quite invincible because there's no proper constant DPS coming in from the side of DS. Harriet does have the Zaman Force and its enhanced basic attacks, but then again, oh my god. It's not going to be possible because once the Zaman Force ends, there is going to be no escape for him if he gets caught out even once.
Yeah, I mean, I think the whole draft of Cypher Team DS depends on how well the Gatot as well as the Yuzong play. Now, it depends, right? Are they able to stop the cloud? Now, Yuzong does have the Petrify, and I see Meteor here does not have any Purify on him. So, if Jazz as well as Gatot manage to stun him, taunt him, or petrify him, I think they're gonna have a pretty okay game, and they can protect Yamraj from the Cloud's ultimate towards the late game. But the Cypher Team DS definitely want to take the advantage right now. They want to have that snowball coming in for the link because late game, I don't think they're going to be able to sustain.
Exactly so, and looks like it's a bit of an unfortunate situation happening for the side of MMG, and Mirio seems to be AFK. The pause it was given as agreed per the rules, and no more than 2 minutes, as I believe, and we are back into the game without Mirio on the battlefield. So Harriet would probably have a little bit of an easier time on towards the goal line, but Alice and Matilda obviously there to secure those enhanced gold cannon minions. And now that the turtle is going to be up on towards the river area, we can see Team DS preparing for it, but Yamraj though getting caught out by Joseph will have to bait out that flicker before the Lord itself, and Eden
Ooh.
popping the IMU gets the first blood on towards Yamraj with that real world manipulation. Quite the good job done by him right there, and Joseph here trying to seal away the turtle. Lavia's Bell though gets the taunt on to two of them. The Black Dragon form being used up, a retribution will be secured by Joseph once again. Tempest of Blades comes right in, gets the stun once again as Wild Charge connects, and 27 manages to secure the kill on towards Patroclus. He is not looking at the top of his game today. Those retributions just aren't hitting. But Harriet though, on the goal lane, having the time of his life. He's just gonna be chunking down that gold turret, taking down those minions. He's just chilling right there.
Yeah, but I do have to say, MeowMeow Gang, they're sort of like no Mirio, no problem. They're doing a 4v5 right now, and they're doing pretty good. They got that kill on the Eve right when they needed it, and they got managed to secure the total as well. Sadly, Link's retribution, I don't see it landing much. Maybe they want to focus on bursting down the Alice first and then going for the objectives, because otherwise they're just giving away free objectives to the side of Team MeowMeow Gang. Now, Meteor is still in the base, and like you were talking about, that Harith is just having a field in the top lane. He's already chunked down that gold shield, and now, I think he has enough gold. And if he joins those team fights, I think it's going to be pretty hard for the side of Team MeowMeow Gang to sustain the damage.
They need to find some way to get Miriu out of whatever Wonderland fantasy he is having right now and get him back into the game, because otherwise that Harith will be able to carry out his team for the victory. And look at that, even the roam boots aren't working for Matilda because she wasn't able to get the level 4 because of Miriu being AFK onto the base. Alice, though, he is caught out in the middle of 3 people on towards the goal lane side, but will be managing to escape along with Matilda. Absolute Cinema will be hitting that level 6 mark very soon, and if we have a look at the items, I get the feeling that he will be having his item very soon. And Tempest of Blaze getting baited right out of there in the mid lane tier 1 itself, but the tier 1 in the goal lane will fall to Absolute Cinema. Well done, but with that, Mirio is right back into the game, and now MMG has a chance of taking the goal lead back in towards their advantage. Patroclus here will have to look, but the taunt and Avatar of Guardian coming in, but the Wild Heart connects once again, but Joseph still manages to retribute the turtle. The Harith gets the kill on towards Joseph, but they will be looking to escape with the guiding winds. That damage does not connect for a split centimeter, and 2 kills secured by the side of Team DS, but the turtle goes in for the side of MMG.
Yeah, I mean, they get the total, but at what cost? Mario is back. He's level 5 now, but he's gonna have to do a lot of farming to catch up to the Harith, because Harith probably has the second most highest gold in the game right now. He's just free farm in the top lane. Now, look at that. Matilda going alone onto Absolute Cinema over there, chunking him down. Meanwhile, the bot lane, like we were talking about Mario, a bit too late to the party, and he loses his life as well.
I don't really know what's going on with Mirio right now, but somehow he's always AFK in the 4th game of a best of 5 series. I saw it in previous tournaments as well. But
I think he's just taking a break, you know. He's like, I'm tired. I'm just gonna chill out for a
he's
bit.
just
I know you guys can carry without me, but at the side of Team Meow Gang, unfortunately, they do seem to be having a bit of a tough time. Daaku Sena can probably use this advantage. I mean, it's unfortunate what happened, but might as well use it to your advantage. But I don't see them doing it, because look at that, they're just letting that Eden burst them down. Jazz losing his life, just overextending, and they're giving time for Mirio to farm up.
exactly, and Mirio is doing the job of what ABC was doing in the early game. He is going in for those splits, but here the Rioa manipulation connects on towards 27 as well as Karma hits and Eden here. Those are 3 casualties just like that in towards the mid tier 1, as it will be taken down by Daaku Sena. Mirio doing a good job of split pushing, trying to come back from that early game backlash and the back foot that he was in, and they have already managed to recover a lot of the gold that they had lost in the early game. But this is
Yeah.
going to be the last and final turtle of the game though, and DS really will be looking to secure this up in their favor and not letting Joseph steal away another retry. But even with Patroclus having no competition whatsoever, it is Harith who secured the turtle. So I do think Patroclus is not at the top of his game today because those retributions just aren't hitting.
Or maybe he thought, since no one from Safety MeowMeow Gang is trying to contest for the turtle, he can maybe save it up to, farm up with his blue buff or his red buff instead. Maybe that's the game plan here. I don't want to say that it's a retry gap, right? Let's just leave it at that. Now, the side of Team Daaku Sena, the problem here is they have a clear advantage, right? They have a goal lead of 3k. They can probably push those targets back to back, but I don't see them doing that. They're sort of like letting Meow Gang farm up, and that's really going to cause them late game, because they don't have a late game composition, especially with that Harith. You have the link, but there's no sustainable damage like you were talking about in the draft to burst down Joseph, and that's really going to cause them now. Jazz here sort of overextending, trying to give vision to his team there. Maybe they want to contest for this purple buff.
Exactly, and look at Patroclus. He's right there. He's pulling the buff towards himself. Will try to get the retribution, but Alice doesn't have the chance to actually, take it away from their hands, and he will be missing out on the blue buff. And an Alice without a blue buff is kind of a risky move. But now Team MeowMeow Gang, they will be looking to take down the tier 1s towards the mid and the bottom lane, and DS seemingly realizing that will be moving towards a counter engage on towards the top lane. Jazz here will be caught out very low by both Muriel as well as 27, but will be escaping right away with that black dragon form. Muriel is very low right here, but Link comes in just on time. Muriel will be flickering out of that situation, leaving the wild charge will be used as an escape tool. Eden also looking for the escape. Team Yamagan getting caught out very low, but no casualties coming right there. Alice though in a very good position, just near towards the Lord, knowing that DS will be looking for that advantage they have right now and try to secure that Lord right away with a possible retribution steal, unless DS manages to scout him down. Gotta Cutter really needs to move towards Joseph, and he actually managed to do that. Gets the taunt. Joseph misses his teleport. He is getting caught out in the middle of 3 people, Patroclus, but no, he will be managing to escape after baiting that Tempest of Blaze. The Circling Eagle connects onto us. Yamraj will be forced to escape, but the IMU Eden coming in with the play onto Yamraj gets to secure the kill. Joseph is down, Yamraj is down. It's a 1-for-1. Harith looking for those engages on towards Karma hits an Eden, but here they need to take down the Lord. I do not know why they're extending so much. He does have the retribution. Just take it away. There's no jungler to contest it. Just take down the damn Lord.
Yeah, Sarah is just sort of having a, I bet you wish you were in their VC so you could just scream at them just a little bit, because even I was thinking the same thing. Just take down the Lord. Don't go for those unnecessary fights, because the Lord is slowly farming up. You don't want to overextend, miss your chance on getting the Lord. They finally do choose to get that Lord, but this time the Grok in the middle of 3 people use up his wild charge to escape, so they're doing pretty good. MeowMeow Gang as well, after the back foot in the early game, they are sustaining pretty good. I do have to give kudos to Eden, right? He's always on point with the real world manipulations, and he's targeting Yamraj. We were talking about in the draft that Yamraj is going to have a pretty tough game this time, but sadly, he didn't, right? He had an okay game, especially since the Claude was AFK. Meow Gang is having a hard time catching up, but towards late game, I think it's just going to be like we were talking about. She's gonna have a pretty tough time. She's already getting caught out by Eden.
Beast is playing a much more disciplined game this round though, and they are actually going in for the objectives instead of the the brawl fights which we were seeing in the previous game. Like, all heroes were using up their ultimates twice in the same 1 minute, 2 minute long team fights, and that's actually getting avoided this game successfully. So now DS will be pushing down those tier 2s successfully into towards the mid, top as well as bottom lane. So that's 3 turrets gone down with the unenhanced Lord, the Lord which hasn't gone to the gym according to Soulsky. But look at Alice, she's looking for that engage on towards that. 27 flickers in, trying for that wild charge, but will be taken down by Absolute Cinema, who has the unstoppable, using up that early goal lead. Black Dragon to zone them away and will be coming back right to his team. No overextension and good discipline being shown out by DS right there.
Yeah, at this point they have the advantage, so maybe if they want to freeze the lanes and wait for the Lord to come so they can do one final push. I think what they're trying to do is maybe burst down those shields so that the second Lord has a much easier time. But look at that, look at Grog. He went in a bit too far, but Matilda's guiding winds are there to save him. Now the side of Team MeowMeow Gang, they have to play the safe game, right? They have to wait for the late game. They have to wait for Mirio to farm up, because right now they don't have enough damage to sustain, and they don't have sustain in the first place. But look at our bottom lane skirmish happening, but that Matilda is just so annoying. You think you have someone caught, but Matilda is there to be like, nah, I'm taking her with me.
Exactly, and that Flask of Oasis passive, it's just way too annoying. We used to say before this item is there into the inventory of Mobile Legends, the Angela pick which used to come in, she would just pop that hard guard onto a dying member, and we would say, geez, this Angela is so annoying, I just can't get the kill. And now it's that Flask of Oasis doing that for all possible support heroes. Look at Patroclus though, he's in the middle of 5 people, and 27 will be looking for a possible play, and Absolute Cinema gets caught out in the middle of 5 people and will be moving away. I don't know what he was trying to do. They're all alone, even after Link provided the vision. Communicate better, sir. You can do better than this. And now Team DS will be trying to rush the Lord in a 4 versus 5, and MMG will definitely be looking for a contest this time. They need to take down Joseph if they want to secure that Lord in any way. Joseph forced to teleport back towards his blue buff, as he will be securing that before he even tries to contest the Lord. Lavia's Bell getting those taunts onto him, but here MMG will be looking for the opportunity to secure the tier 1, but Jazz right there to defend it away from him. But here MMG will be the one starting out on the Lord, but all 5 members of DS are back up though. 27 is getting caught out pretty low, has the shield because of karma hits. The Lord dance is at half HP, but it will be getting reset as MMG realizes the potential. There was a flicker wild charge coming in. That's the awareness we were talking about.
Okay, I think Sarah just got a bit of a cough, but they do match. I mean, the Ling managed to get the kill onto the Alice, but MeowMeow gang using this to their advantage. They're going to push down that mid lane in a bit, and they're going to get that Lord as well. Ling, the only remaining member from the side of team Daaku Sena now. This is very, very unfortunate because they were winning the game completely. Sarah, are you back?
Yes, I'm back. The excitement got a little bit too good for me. Oh my goodness, that it was just a beautiful wild charge play coming in by 27 into that bush. And Absolute Cinema as well as Yamraj, they had no chance of escaping. So definitely that was a misplay coming in by DS right there. It could have been predicted and they just needed to position themselves safer, especially considering the way Absolute Cinema died towards the bot lane in the exact same manner when 5 people ganged up on him.
Yeah, I mean, I think it started going wrong as soon as Harith got caught out in the bot lane when the Lord was, going to pop up pretty soon. I think that's where it really started to cause them now. Look at that top lane, Matilda going in, trying to catch up the Harith, but now they have to retreat. Gutout as well as Eve do come in for the support. Lord is marching down in mid lane. They do manage to chunk it down. It's a good thing that they had those inhibitors because MeowMeow again didn't do a lot of pushing in the early game, so now they have a good chance to secure the Lord safely. They do not lose anything right now, but this is the problem, right? I think at this point Mirio is farmed up, so when they go into those team fights, they're going to have to play it pretty safe.
Exactly, so in Jazz here, he has to step up with those petrifies though and has to take down Eden as well as Mirio with it. He needs to cancel that blazing duet when it lands, but look at that, 3 men on top of Jazz right under the tier 2, leaving Joseph in the middle of that. When he pops the winter crown, the blazing duet comes in along with another winter crown, and Absolute Cinema will be caught out by 27, doesn't use the wild charge, and just Eden being the only casualty from the side of MMG, but they are still not done. They are still fighting at the turtle. Link does finally get a proper retribution as ABC secures the shutdown. The shield coming up onto him and the circling eagle as well as Mirio's knockup getting on to Absolute Cinema. 3 down from the side of MMG. DS will be looking for that mid lane push. They still have 4 alive and it's only a Matilda and a Claude who doesn't have that much of an AoE. There's still 10 seconds until Eden comes up. They can definitely get that inhibitor. Look for the possible base push. The base is open though. They will be looking for that bait. Yamraj go in, but no, the circling eagle and the blazing duet manages to take down 3 of them onto the back line. Lavia's Bell will be moving down once again with that AOG. That was a successful defense coming in by the side of MMG. That was guarded by Eden, but Lavia's Bell manages to immune that and just run away from the team fight.
Yeah, I mean, Claude had the blazing duet, so I knew they were not going to be able to end the game, but sadly they lost to Yamraj. Now, just a bit more discipline from the side of Team DS, and I think they have it in the bag. They just need to play it a bit safe, communicate with each other, figure out whose ultimate is still up, whose ultimate is down, and then go in for the team fights. They were so eager to end the game, but now look at that. Mirio as well as Yamraj are going to be popping up pretty soon. Lord is going to come up in 5 seconds, and I think this is going to be the deciding turn of events for this match. Whoever gets the slot probably gets the win. Now, we do see Alice doing a bit of split pushing, just clearing out those lanes. But look at that skirmish into the purple.
Okay, the damage comes in by Joseph, and Joseph gets taken down. That overextension coming in, and the Tempest of Blade manages to secure the kill. The Circling Eagle connects onto two of them, but Karma Hits will be going back down. The Blazing Duet onto four people right there. 27 looking for the Wild Charge play onto Absolute Cinema, but he will be dashing right back out. And now MMG doesn't have their jungler. Patroclus going in for that poke, dashes right back out, and Team DS will be looking to take down the Lord in their favor. They need to take that Lord. They need to retribute it properly, not let 27 make that play with the Wild Charge. He doesn't have it yet, but he does have the Flicker. Team DS, go in for the Lord. Avoid the skirmishes. The Circling Eagle comes in onto Absolute Cinema, but the shield is too much. Joseph will be caught out into the backline, but Yamraj gets taken down by Eden, and another stun comes in by Patroclus, but he manages to retribute the Lord on time as Absolute Cinema gets the kill on towards Eden. 27 is still up there. Jazz looking in for an engage, and Matilda uses up her guiding winds to let her teammates run away with her. But the Lord goes in favor of DS. They just need to push alongside it. There's no E for the zone out though, but they still have quite the chance of ending it. It's a 4 versus 4, and DS will be looking for the end.
Yeah, I mean, both the majors are down for now. A lot of marching down the mid lane. Looks like the side team DS don't really plan on sinking the lanes, and this is going to really cost them because they don't have any pusher right now, right? They have a Harit, they have a Ling. There's no one who's going to be able to target that base. And look at that, the Lord stuck, not able to reach the base because those minions got spawned from the side team MeowMeow gang. I think it's going to be a successful defense, but Alice once again being a bit too eager, just diving. I think she's getting a bit impatient.
Exactly so, and look at that, Jazz going in for those engages left and right. Joseph doesn't have his immortality. The Blazing Duet comes in, but as well as the Winter Crown is being used up by Absolute Cinema. He has to escape. He has the shields. Winter Crown gets popped out by Joseph. Absolute Cinema doesn't have the mana to engage as much as possible, but Yamraj gets the kill on towards Joseph. You're trying to clear the lanes as much as possible, but the minions are going to be coming down from all three lanes in just a few seconds. It's just 3 members from the side of MMG. DS still has 5 of them alive. Jazz and Lovey as well. They will be going in for the backline play, but the Wild Charge connects onto them. Absolute Cinema gets taken down, but Mario will be forced to use the Winter Crown. The base is wide open. Yamraj hitting the base right away, and DS takes away the score for a 2-2. They managed to get the comeback. This is the strongest anyone has ever competed with MMG in any tournament so far, and just huge kudos to DS for settling the score to a 2-2.
Yeah, I mean, at this point, I think everyone's like, Mirio, what are you doing? What are you doing? We had the game. We could have just ended it, but that early game really cost the side of Team MeowMeow gang. They were at the back foot. They came back mid to late game, but then Alice, Joseph just got a bit too eager to end, and he was just diving in alone towards the back line. He was stuck between 5 people. I think it happened 2 times, and that really changed the course of the game completely for the side of Team MeowMeow gang. But well played at the side of Team DS. They showed much more discipline than the second game. So this time around, they had the dive, they had the composition, they had CC as well. So they did pretty good.
Exactly so, and that was beautifully well executed by the side of Team DS, because this is where we say that comfort comes in handy against what you call is a meta draft comp. And even with the Matilda and Alice combination, MeowMeow wasn't able to execute it, and Joseph, even though he dealt the highest damage, there was no proper leash coming in from his team, and DS just took away the victory in their favor. Moving back towards the caster's desk, we will be able to see and wait for these teams as they will be preparing themselves for the last and final game. It's going to be an all out by